All right, good morning. So, new month, it's May, and it's the second month of the second quarter. So, two important things I'm trying to accomplish this month. First is we have a project that we have been running for a while with our custom dev shop model that we are slowly grandfathering in. So this was a big project that we took on and it's still ongoing. So we are trying to complete it out and then finish that chapter. So if you guys have seen the last few vlogs, we've been trying to go talk with the bank team, work with them to sort some things out so that actually we can start the development back. It has been paused for a long time. So we went on that visit, not very successful. We didn't accomplish much during those 2 days that we were there. It was the same thing all over again. So luckily, I saw this email has been sent. Basically, that confirms that we have actually accomplished a few things. So one we were looking to try is getting remote access, because obviously they do not technically provide public internet access due to security reasons. So we had have a separate procedure where they grant us permission. So that is finally sorted, which is a big jump we made. And the second is we've been talking with a big Forbes 40 under 40 founder. He has this massive personal brand content agency. So last week we had one more call with the operations manager. He went and showcased okay, these are the problems we identified during those brief calls, okay, ABCD, and these are the solutions we are thinking about to solve them. And essentially what she said, the operations manager, is that she thinks it's better to actually fix everything out in the operations from a holistic point. So what they mentioned earlier was a small portion. So we went away from our normal process and pitched our service in a manner where it was focusing solely on solving that problem. But when we actually went through everything, the operations manager was why don't we go with your usual process? So we fix everything at once, which is good, because that's actually the best way to solve it, because it gives us the full picture and the client the full picture as well, because we are taking into account everything. So yeah, basically she's going to have a chat with the founder on what we've agreed on so far, and then we are going to take it from there. So yeah, the second thing I want to do is actually close this out and get ahead on this project. So two crucial things. I think a lot will depend on how those things go, because these are massive opportunities for us. First, yeah, obviously the bank thing is a big project. We just have to close it out and get it sorted. There's a lot of cash flow blocked there because of these unresolved things. And yeah, this founder is massive, because number one, it's the first pitch we are doing, the first sales process as well. On this new model we are switching to, if you take a look at the vlogs previously, I mentioned that we've essentially made a switch this year from a custom dev shop to this consultancy and implementation on the operations side agency. So yeah, if you can get this, superb. So those are the things. So yeah, new week, new month, and it's a big month. So let's see how we can do things. Right, so it's a couple of minutes away from our daily stand-up for today. Couldn't film much, and actually I worked on a couple of different things, not feeling very well, so didn't take it super hard. I couldn't focus at all, so took a break. Right now I'm trying to figure out some stuff on our content side. So I post on LinkedIn and X, but I'm not getting the results I want. So I'm just trying to analyze okay, what's going wrong here, man? What exactly are the angles that we should use? Because at the end of the day, that side is also super important in kind of marketing and building that brand out there. So yeah, trying to figure that out. So yeah, just gonna have that startup call. So a couple of things. So we were testing out the remote access that the bank sent. There are a few issues there. The team has notified it to them, so we are waiting on that to be resolved. They said that the tickets have been raised to their IT help desk side. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get that sorted. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Good morning. So it's Tuesday, 9:30. So today I had to first check the remote connection for my laptop as well for this bank project. So basically 2 of our members are successfully connected, so that's okay, but there's one that still that we can't figure out why there's an issue. So before we write back to the bank team saying okay, we need to fix this, I'm going to check on my laptop as well. So if mine is also sorted, I can just ping the issue for our team member, and that's it. And then let's see what goes on. But this is a huge step. So basically once the connection is successful, our team would take a look into check if everything else is there. There are a lot of applications and dependencies that need to be inside. So they'll take a look at that, and if everything goes smoothly, we should be able to start development once again on the bank project. And one of our main goals this month is somehow finish that thing off because it's been going on for ages, and I really need to close it out and get it sorted. And second is to actually follow up with prospect that we've been in the sales process with. Yeah, the last couple of calls was with the operations manager, just to see like if, okay, this is the process, this is how it's going to work, are we aligned on everything and all those stuff. So that's fine. So one more call with their founder. So he did say that he'd have a chat internally with the operations manager before we connect, so he also gets a better idea of like what went with the discussions and like opinion from the operations manager. So let's see. I do have to follow them up, and I have a few other tasks to do. Yeah, so I'll be tackling them in the morning. I have to send some outreach emails. Obviously, I have to send that connect proposal that I made last week. If you guys watched that vlog, yeah. So stuff to do. Alrighty, so it's been a while. It's close to 1 p.m. I've been working on a lot of things, ticked off most of the to-do list I had. So right now I'm actually going through my last presentation call in the sales process. That was with these guys. I was just going through the recording because for me this is like a new thing, and I'm just trying to find out areas that I can improve upon on the sales side. So yeah, just reviewing that. And before that, I actually did some small tweaks to our processes because I just wanted to have a small notification triggered on Discord, which is the platform we are using for our own internal communication. Slack is good, it's paid. Discord is free. So yeah, so we are using Discord, and I just created a small webhook from Calcom to get any event updates. So just tested it out. That's working. Yeah, so those are the things I was doing, and yeah, I still have to send the outreach emails, but I just figured that I have to run a scraper for this week because I didn't do it yesterday. So I'll do that, and hopefully we can send the emails from tomorrow. So this is one thing that I would like to share, because most of the time when we get into a sales process, right, so we send some emails and then one of the prospects actually show the interest, and then we are now doing the whole sales process. We kind of stop the whole outreach process because we are like too focused on this, and sometimes the sales process can take 2 or 3 weeks, right, because we need to give the prospects time to think on everything we've discussed, and like we can't guarantee that we would get a yes or a no within a short period of time. So I think it's usually best if we just continue sending those outreach, because that's like one part of the sales cycle. You keep on doing that while you do this part of the sales process where like you can go on with the prospect who has already shown interest in your offer, right? Because that way, whatever happens on this side, you're still going, you still keep on booking those things. So yeah, that's like part of it. So just a quick tip on that from my experience. So yeah, let's get there. So just finished taking a look at the recording from my last call with on the sales process with the prospect of that Forbes 40 under 40 company, like the founder, when they're like operations manager technically. So what I realized was I was speaking a bit too fast. I think I should slow it down, because from when I'm looking from this side, when I like rewatching the recording, like I think fast and like speak fast. So I should really dial it down. But other than that, it was all good. Yeah, I think that's like the major take away from that. So areas to improve, but that's also one part of being a founder, right? You find areas that you can improve upon. You analyze, basically you should self-criticize and find areas that you can improve upon. So yeah, it's 1:15. I'm going to do a few other things before our stand-up call. And yeah, that's about it. I'm like trying to, again, I was doing this yesterday as well, but trying to fix some areas around our content because it's not performing that well. 50% of area is darling like what I was researching on, so I just have to just go through it once more. Hopefully completed, because today is my content writing day, so before that I would like to have a plan and like A/B test on what I find today. So yeah, usually I do that. Whatever I want to do, I like do a bit of research, find some strategy, and like A/B test it whatever I was doing previously, just to see the results, compare it, and that way I have comparison to see which works, and then I can focus on, okay, why does this work, right? So quick tip for anyone who wants to improve anything they do in their businesses. Yeah. So. All right, good morning. So it's currently 8 a.m. Wednesday. Right out of the gates, there are a couple of things to do. So I have a meeting at 10. I think it's going to run for a while. This is with the bank team, because we had like stuff to resolve, some access they like we were like trying to accomplish some remote access. For some of us it was okay, but for one of our team, they like developers, it's still not working and we can't figure it out why. So we're going to have a chat with them, and there's like other steps that we should align on. So it's going to be, we blocked 2 hours. I'm not sure whether we would need the whole 2 hours or you would need more, but let's see. And I've got to complete some content. I couldn't finish them yesterday evening, so I'm going to do that right now. And I do have to review some emails that our sales and growth lead is writing. So there are like areas that I would still like to improve. So this was the second feedback, but after this he should be able to go ahead and send emails outright, and let's see how it goes. So yeah, those are the main things. I'm going to jump straight away and let's see. All right, it's currently 12 p.m. So went to the call with the bank's team, sorted out a lot of issues, and basically now it's directly on like paperwork and stuff. So hopefully we're on the right track. There's like so much dependencies on like everything. It's about solving these things out, getting the paperwork sorted, because I don't know, somewhere down the line, no one knew what was going on the end because of no documentation, not following clear processes. I don't know what was going on in their side, but yeah, it's like basically we have started from scratch, take out all the dependencies, what needs to be done from the bank's end, from the architecture side, and like we're like laying out everything and like getting things sort of like, okay, we need X, Y, Z, let's get this by this, and like we're pushing it crazily. But yeah, the people who are handling us like super supportive, so we're like trying to get it sorted. I have a good feeling that it will be done. So yeah, get the dependencies sorted, get the paperwork done, and like we should be good to continue and like close that project off. So right now what I'm doing is trying to so fun fact, I'm like the whole sales and marketing department for Unwir. So when we really started 3 years ago, we did not have anyone who was handling that side, because like basically we got stuff from referrals and like our network, and we were like basically in the build. Like I was full-time in it as well. So right now I'm the sales and marketing team for Unwir. So we do have a new hire on sales and growth lead that just hopped on, and like, so just to alleviate some workload from my end. But to be honest, it's been like a whole journey, a whole learning curve for me, because again, I was on the technical side, I was hands-on building stuff, and from day one that was the only thing that we were doing. Like, to be fair, it was not like a proper business. We were just like a bunch of freelancers who got some projects, we just got together and worked on it. It was good for cash flow, but a business is not just about that. We need to have predictability, we need to have sustainability. So down the line I figured out, okay, if we do not fix this, we need someone to hop on and actually like handle the sales and marketing side, and we were not in a position to hire. So I took that step. I took myself away from the technical side, which is what I knew, and like basically studied everything on this marketing side, on the sales side. It's not perfect because I'm still learning. It's not my bread and butter, but I'm just trying out. So one thing I'm trying right now on the content side is like try to analyze content from people who are posting in my niche for my ICP. So not content creators per se, but these are founders that are actually running their businesses right now, not selling courses or anything, but really running their businesses. And like in my exact niche, it's like operating systems, automation, that side. I'm just trying to find out like what are the writing styles they use, what are the topics they like you should talk about, find some categories and see like if I can relate to those things. So I'm trying to build a system for that. I'm actually like doing some analysis using Claude. Let's see how it goes. The whole idea is to then use a system where like we can like weekly check like what are the topics that have been spoken about, and like create like a knowledge base per se for our content. So let's see how it goes. I mean, it's part of running a business, right? It's not only about serving your clients, it's about finding out ways how you can improve your business internally. It can be like small things from these, like fixing the content, finding topics. I mean, you don't even know, but it's like when you're hands-on, you see stuff that can be improved, because at the end of the day, it's like a compounding thing. You fix those areas, ultimately it's going to like give you so much leverage down the line. But yeah, it's about finding them and doing something about it. So let's see how it goes. Going to work on this for a while, and yeah, let's see. Okay, it's 3:30. It's pretty dark outside. So I've been trying to fix, so we got an issue on lead scraping tool that we built. So what we do is we find out job listings from companies related to our side of things, like operational managers, director of operations, that kind of thing. And basically what we do is analyze job posts and find out areas that we can actually fix, and then send a custom proposal touching those pain points they're trying to solve through the hire, and like basically saying, okay, this is how we would do it, and based on that have a conversation. So there's an issue because currently we're not getting any leads into our CRM, and I'm trying to check what's going on. So this is like part of our N18 setup. Like we have multiple tools set up. This is like one part. So this outreach tool has like few different steps, and I was just like going through one by one and find out what's wrong. Yeah, I'm not quite sure which part is breaking, but I have to check it out and we'll see. All in day's work. What's up, people? It's 7 p.m. So yeah, the evening I did my workout, got a break, had something to eat, and now we are back at the table doing work. So I'm currently writing the post, drafting it actually with the help of Claude to get a basis for a head of growth hire. So basically with the new model and everything, I actually need to fast track things, and I need someone who has experience on B2B sales to actually like own the pipeline, because I don't think that we have the luxury of experimenting. I will be still working closely with them, but I need someone who has experience and I want them to own it. So that's the idea. So we're going to design a post to go on our LinkedIn company page, and then a post from my personal one, and of course a LinkedIn job post as well. So we're going to do those three things, and I also have to create a resource that I'm going to be dropping. So my individual personal brand content side, where like I'm going to be dropping a resource every week, something I have not done at all previously. I think I did post one resource. It did get some comments, but I stopped after that, so that's my bad. But I think I have created a workflow, and especially with Claude Design coming in, it's going to be a lot of help to design these things. So I'm trying to create like a automated, semi-automated in the sense where the creatives can't be 100% automated. You had to have my input, but it will be like removing the time off on the areas that EA can handle. So yeah, looking to do that. I'm trying to actually try Claude Cowork as well. I did not actually like to use it previously because of some concerns, but I think I know how to take care of that now. I'm going to see the full potential of it, put it there. So like basically find tasks that I can automate without me having to check out, but I really don't want to give every access to it. So that's one thing I want to do. That's like the main reason I haven't tried it out, but just use the chat interface from the web app. So let's see, I'm going to do some dive into like the pros and cons of using that, but that's the plan. So got to get those things out of to-do list today. Righto, so the post is up. Created this using Manas. This was the first one, but I saw that I didn't upload the logo, so it just printed this. But then yeah, created this after that. And next up, the posts are done. I'm going to now sit and create the content resource for this week. So I was thinking actually to use Manas for the creation of these sort of things, because it's like really powerful. Super happy with the outcome, like the output it gave. So yeah. So this is like part of where I optimize my workflows using AI. Pretty simple, like it's actually about, okay, what are the things that I should do and what are the things that AI can take care for me. So it's like create a workflow. Some things I just use it's like sort of semi-automated, right? So it's like basically I use some other tool. Claude and Manas are like the biggest ones I'm using right now. But yeah, depends on what you want to do, but that's how like I optimize my workflow. So quick thought on that. Alrighty, it's 11 p.m. I've been working on something interesting. So apart from the vlog, I wanted to start a series where like I share my experience, what I've learned so far building a business for 3 years. So yeah, I've been setting up some stuff again. I am like super bad with systems. I like to have like a systemized approach to everything. So I was like creating a small system where like we have a content backlog and like a system where like pick off all the backlog and like get a draft script through Claude, and then like of course it's going to have like basically spit out questions from that I can answer, and then based on that actually create it. So trying to see if that actually works, or I have to like go from scratch on ideation and everything. And yeah, just trying to do that, working on that for the past couple of hours. Should be good. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Yeah, so a small thought that I'll leave with: when you're like building your own business, you have to run like do everything. For me, like I started out as a developer. I was hands-on on the development side, and then I had to move away. When I found out about sales and marketing, there's a gap in the business. I had to sit on that area, like take myself away from what I knew. I have a degree in software engineering, that's what I studied, but right now I'm doing sales and marketing, and I'm not even working anything related to actually like coding on the projects right now. The only area that I do on the service end is kind of like on the delivery side is system, like solution ideation part. Rest of my work is solely on the content side, writing posts, figuring out the branding and like the strategy of for our sales cycles and like all those stuff. So yeah, it's basically about you got to do what you got to do, and it's about putting in those hours. So logging out for today. What's up, people? Good morning. It's 9 a.m. Today is Thursday. Yeah, so first item in the morning, I'm going to be working on a content distribution strategy, because I think part of what we've been missing on the content side and the whole, because content is at the end of the day a channel of marketing, right? And that's how we are going to be getting warm inbound leads. But yeah, so the goal is to like work on the distribution channel, because that's what like one part that I haven't focused much on, and that is like one reason why our content has not performed. Because like you can write the best content out there that's like really solving someone's problem, but if that's not getting seen by the correct people, it's not going to work. So content has two things: you write the content, and the other part is actually distribution. So I'm going to be working on that. I think I need to have like a separate window that I work on the distribution daily. So I'm just trying to figure out like, okay, what is the distribution part going to look like, and then what are the areas I'm going to work on. So yeah, also today I'm going to be sending out a ton of outreach emails. That has been lagging this week as well, because we were doing like so much more other things, but that is like a huge mistake. So today, me and our new hire Sachin, who's the sales and growth lead, we're going to be sitting down. So I put an auto signing function onto a CRM where like we get like we to get the list signed automatically to separate accounts, and then we're going to send the emails. So those are like the main two things we have to do today. So hopefully we tick those things off. Yeah, and I still haven't had any update like from the Forbes 40 and the 40 founder that we pitched. Things can get hectic, but yeah, it's like it's carrying me a bit. But yeah, I mean, just hope for the best and wait, right? You can't guarantee anything. At the end of the day, it's about repeating this process again. And they can say no, they can ghost me, but I would be okay with the no. I just want to know what's the thought process, and like if it's a yes or no, that's it. Something definite and concrete rather than waiting. But yeah, it's part of the game, because obviously we should understand that these people are busy as well, and they might need some time to think about it. But yeah, I did drop a follow-up voice note yesterday. Still haven't heard anything, but I'm going to give this week, drop one more follow-up around the weekend or next week, early next week. But if you don't hear anything, I'm just going to mark it as something that's dead. But yeah, if they come back, then definitely going to pick it up. So that's like part of it. Like you come to this very close to like signing someone big, and like obviously like I was thinking like this is going to be a massive break for us if we get this, because he's like a very big founder, and like even a case study on that person is going to be valuable like so much. But sometimes it is what it is, like you can't give up, right? So one thing that being an entrepreneur doing your own business is going to teach you is sometimes you get so close to success and you just fall off, and it's all about keep on going. And it's other way around as well. You can get this close to closing your business down, but then you get a lifeline. I've experienced both, so it's all about keep going. So yeah, thought for the day. All right, so it's currently 1:50 p.m. 10 minutes to our stand-up. So busy morning. I've been in a couple of different meetings. One, we are trying to sort that bank access. Yeah, it's taking some time, but we'll see how it goes. But progress is being made, because like there are like certain different levels of access that we have to pass through. So we have gotten through one or two, and there's like a couple of more levels left to like specific accesses to different servers, etc. So that's like what we are trying to sort right now. And I had a chat with my sales and growth lead, Sachin. We just went through how we are going to be using the CRM. So right now we're just using an Excel sheet that I created earlier, because CRM is like currently being tested for everything. So hopefully we go live soon on that. So we have like a concrete tool rather than Excel. I like hate using Excel and Google Sheets, but better than having nothing. So that's our current setup. So just talk about how we are going to use and manage, like since we are both going to be using the same thing, how the assignment system is going to work and all those stuff. So yeah, he's going to be starting sending out actual emails today. So he's been working and like going through his onboarding, doing some training for the last couple of weeks. So today's the first day he's going to be really sending out emails, and I had to sit down and do my part as well. Couldn't touch any of it, because again, now that's something that I have to try and stop, because I mean sometimes it's very difficult to block some time to like actually do stuff. In my calendar I like have this block every day for outreach and stuff, but sometimes like when these project stuff that's like important, and we have to get it into it like really quick and see what's wrong and like get these things sorted, these things come up, and like I had to jump into meetings and stuff, and that block like flies away, and then I have to find some more time somewhere else to fit that work block in. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I did work on the content distribution strategy in the morning. That's all set. I think we have a solid thing, but I also have to like research on one more thing. Like I'm trying to find out certain groups on Reddit, maybe Facebook, and like LinkedIn communities if they are like, I have seen like small communities where like these problems are discussed, because I want to see what is the language that a person is using to explain the pain points that are just like what we solve, right? Not the language that I use, because that is like totally different, but what is the language that they might use to explain the problems they're having. So that way, like when we write content and we shoot content, we are going to use those words, those phrases, because that's how they know this is what they're talking about. So going to do some research on that after that. But yeah, it's time for our stand up, and after that I'll be sitting down to do some more work. Okay, so during the stand-up call, the last part, we're like just planning out like a few sections, features that we would like to see in our own internal toolkit. So we're like currently implementing our own operating system for our business as well. So those are the things, like basically we are like trying to do what we are trying to do for clients, for us. Usually you tend to not do stuff for your business because like you are so in the moment with like doing client stuff, you get stuck with those projects. And also we are trying to get a custom operating system done for us as well. So like, because we also currently use like multiple tools, I want to replace them with like one thing, because that's what we are trying to do for our clients as well, that like removes the operational overhead and all those stuff. Yeah, so that part with the SOPs, we are like, it is a struggle with having documentational SOPs. Those are necessary, but the whole issue is you have to like go and find, and sometimes it's like this document is linked to this document, and you have to like read through 5 or 6 documents to just understand like one simple flow. So what we're trying to do is, instead of that, create like a custom AI where like it's going to be the company wiki, where like all the SOPs are fed into it, and we just have to ask, okay, how should I do this, and it just goes and finds out all the details and spits it out for you. So that's like the plan. Cool feature. We'll see how the team is going to do that. Again, we have to balance stuff with client projects as well, so it's like on the spare time we get, we like manage the internal toolkit. So yeah, so that's 2:15. I'm gonna have some lunch and then sit down and do the outreach for the day. That's like the main thing I'll pick off before we close out for the day. Yeah. All right, it's 5 p.m. So I filled the CRM, ready to send the emails. It took some time. I really had to block some time to do this because I'm like losing a lot of time. Luckily, Sachin is there, like he has my back. But the numbers game, there's a numbers game. Outreach is a numbers game, because even the best outreach you send might not hit to a certain person. So it's not about just sending it out. You need to consistently hit some numbers. So for that, I actually had to do my part. So I think I had to protect my time. I had to put up for outreach, because that's like the single most important thing right now for us, bringing in more clients. Because our service delivery side, I'm like 100% confident on that, because like we worked on massive projects on like large scale, very complex stuff. So it's not about that. It's about bringing in the clients, which is the area that we have not been doing it properly. So yeah, that's done. I actually got a message on LinkedIn from, so yeah, this chat here, basically they have seen a post I think I did that article like a while back on how we created like a custom onboarding system for one of our clients. So this was a wealth management firm in Australia. So basically what he has seen is that so he handles like offshore talent and all for wealth management firms in the same market, and one of the biggest concerns of their clients is also this onboarding process, which is true, because like the system we had to make for them, like earlier they were like handling everything through emails and manually checking with data and general. It was like, I don't know how they managed it before, but yeah, the system we built was like fully automated. Like everything was like pretty easy. You bring in a client, you just send the onboarding link, that's it. So yeah, it seems like they're looking to like see if there's a fit for potential partnership where like they can introduce us to their customers and we help them fix their onboarding flow. And not only that, like we can help with their other operations as well. So I think we have to go to that call and see if we can potentially have a partnership. So yeah, that's good. I mean, that's the thing, like sometimes you don't know where your next lead might, or the opportunity might come in. So that's good. So let's see how it goes. And I just reviewed the responses for the head of growth job posting we put out there as well. Unfortunately, we are not in a position to spend money on this to promote the job on LinkedIn. So it's like basically just posting through our network, and like on the job board, it's not getting the best visibility. But we'll see, because it's all part of the game. Let's see how it goes. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, close to 10 now. Had a very early morning meeting. This was with the bank team. Sorted out a few issues that we are currently having, so that's good. Things are progressing. I'm going to have a chat with my co-founder now. We had someone reach out to us yesterday. We're going to have a chat with them on Monday, and we're going to hopefully we're going to create some demo portal that we can showcase. So small thing. It's been kind of difficult after the initial discussions with the Forbes 40 under 40 founder that we were pitching the content agency. We haven't heard back from them, so it's kind of been really depressing for me because it was like this was a very big opportunity if we could have worked out with them. So I'm not really sure what went wrong, because it was not even on the price, because we did not get to that point. We just discussed the direction they wanted to go in, aligned on that, and it was up to them to have an internal chat and validate it, and then come back to us. And my last few messages, they haven't responded. So I'm just going to try one more time, maybe during the weekend or early next week, and ask, hey, did you guys get a chance to chat? If you guys are not going to pick this up, it's fine. Just let me know on that, because that's much better. Going without having an answer is the worst thing, because that's very difficult. And for example, if we sign up some other client, and if these guys also come and say okay, let's work now, it's going to create some sort of difficult situation for us to cater help. The thing is if I get a client, I want to give them 100% the best, but I don't want to hire just because of one client, because I have been burned because of that previously. That's something that I want to do, is keep our operations lean and the team lean while servicing our clients. So yeah, we'll have to see about that, but hopefully we get a response sooner. Yeah, it's tough. It's you are trying to break through this thing, you get a massive opportunity, everything is going very well, and suddenly you don't hear back from them and you don't even know what went wrong, right? I understand if I said okay, this is the investment that is needed for our services, and then they backed out. Yes, I understand, because okay, this might be the reason, but right now I'm not sure what other reason is. So yeah, tough times, but it's just part of the game. We have to just move on. And yeah, so let's get on with the rest of the day. I'm going to have a chat with my co-founder, and we are going to plan how the prototype is going to be built, and then I'm going to sit down and do some work, send some outreach emails, sign clients. It's the number one priority for us right now. Okay, so it's currently 12. I've been working on creating a prototype design. So what we're trying to do is recreate a new design itself that we'll be feeding into creating the prototype. So I'm using Claude to get the use case, and then Claude Design to do the design. So it's basically using AI to use AI. It saves a lot of time. I was just thinking back in when we started working on Unwired and stuff, we didn't have AI, and everything was manual. We had to design the files on Figma, do it manually, type the use cases ourselves. It has come a long way, and it's super interesting to do this. So yeah, this is what we are trying to design, and just creating the sign up flow for screens. Let's see how it goes. All right, so the design is technically finished. Looks good. Did a few screens, and I did run out of credit for now, but this is more than enough for us to build the prototype. So these I sent to my co-founder Menaka, and he's going to take a look into it and then going to build the prototype. So good job. Yeah, I sent the brief and the screen set. So we're just trying to figure out, even in a previous episode I did mention that we're trying to see how we can use the AI tools available to speed up our processes when we are serving our clients. So one thing we're trying to do is, once we get the use case document from our BA, we send that to our designer who's going to use it to bring up a few screens. And the idea is using that, if we can build a prototype with the context, that's going to be super good. Because right now we have our prototype, I know it's a bit difficult to do without the exact use cases and the UI design, but if we can do this, and maybe the designer can help get help from Cloud Design itself. The idea is that if we can give the base structure, and then most of the screens can be completed through Cloud Design and adjusted right here, that's going to be super efficient. So let's see about that. That's out of the way. I'm going to sit down and write some emails, complete the outreach for the day, and yeah, got to do it before a meeting at 2. About 55 minutes to do that. Okay, it's 3:30 p.m. Outreach is done. had a fun discussion during our stand-up. So we were talking about how AI is changing everything. Just chat our new workflow, like we were trying with Cloud Design and using Manus to create this prototype. We were actually like planning to have like a discussion session every week or like every month, where like one comes in and like present what is going on in the tech side relevant to their domain. If it's tech, it's tech, sales and marketing, like a team discussion, but you present your ideas. But I think today's structure is much more efficient, where like we just sit down after the stand-up, because it's anyways going to be just lasting for 5 or 10 minutes, unless there's like something massive to discuss, and after that we're like just chatting. And I think we're going to continue that trend on each Friday, where like we talk about some specific topic during that week. And I think that's especially important when we're like working in a completely remote setup, because we don't usually get the connection of speaking and stuff, because a meeting is only taken when we need to get something done, right? The cause and all is like purpose driven. Sometimes we like lose that human connection. I mean, we're trying to do that with this session, so that's like one thing we're going to bring in. And yeah, so right now I'm writing some scripts for our content, which we will shoot today or tomorrow. I'll be sharing these to review to my brother, because he's helping me with the content ideation, and he's doing my shooting and editing as well, so he's handling that side. So I'll be sending the scripts for him to review, and yeah, let's see how it goes. All right, it's 8 p.m. I did my workout, had my dinner, did some chores around the house, and yeah, back at my desk. I'm going to be finishing off some more scripts for our content, and after that going to research a bit more around a few things I had in mind. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing for the next couple of hours before I close it out for the week. There's like one thing I would like to add. So most people would assume that maybe they might ask, okay, how can I put it? So typically I do work around, I think, more than 12 hours per day. But the thing is, it doesn't feel like I'm working that much, if you know what I mean. So I know like sometimes like we glorify, okay, you should hustle, you should work X amount of hours. And like if you look at the mainstream content out there, it's like always saying 14 hours a day, 16 hours a day, yeah, you get it. But it's not about chasing that number. I think when you are an entrepreneur, especially in the very early stage, because I don't know, like, and it might be true for when you like continue ahead as well, you always have things to do in your business. That's the thing. If you are like thinking about, I can get by doing 6 hours or 8 hours a day in your business, that's not going to happen, because there's like so much things you can do to improve, right? So if you always want to go to that next level, there's like a lot of things that you should do. Yeah, so I don't think about it with the hours I put in. I just want to see the results out there, and like what are the tasks that I can do to get to that result. And if it takes 5 hours, good. If it takes 16, that's good too, because at the end of the day, I'm just having fun doing it, because it's like my own thing, and like I really want to work on this. So I think that is one thing that you should have when you start your own venture, because if you don't have that passion towards it, and if you just look at a business like a way to not work for someone else or like escape the 9 to 5, definitely you'll be putting in more hours than a 9 to 5. You'll be having more responsibility. You have to worry about your clients, you have to worry about yourself, your team. Everything is on you. I mean, it's a different kind of pressure, right? So not saying that 9 to 5s are better or like entrepreneurship is better. I'm just saying from a whole context point of view, it's a different kind of pressure. So you should not get into entrepreneurship just because you feel like that's better than doing a 9 to 5. There should be a more higher reason than that. So for me, it's like my passion to grow my own business, and that thing is what's going to carry. So yeah, I'm going to end it with that thought. I'm going to spend some time writing the scripts and doing some research and call it a week.